What's up, B Squad? It's your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you guys. Season 5, episode number 10. The episode is entitled, what is this episode titled? Kiss Kiss Bangs Bangs. Good episode, you guys. Please tell me if you guys watched it in the live chat or in the comment section. And if you did, what did you guys think about this episode? This episode was interesting to me. I'm gonna talk about one of the ladies once we get to the end of the definitely once we get to the end of the review, because mama, you were doing a little bit too much. You overreacted in that last scene of the episode. But before we go ahead and get into it, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor, you guys, and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and discuss the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you guys, shall we? All right, you guys. So this episode, but actually, before I even get into the episode, can I be honest with you guys about something? Did you guys watch the? Let me know if you guys watched the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this past week, because the song that girl Yellow Jacket, I keep calling that woman Yellow Jacket. It's Yellow Cat. The song that Yellow Cat sang, when I tell y'all that song has been stuck in my head for the last few days, it's been stuck there and I ain't been able to get it out of my head. But yeah, this episode, it was a good episode. I thought it was I thought it was a great episode. But again, as I said, let me know what you guys thought about it down there in the comment section. Or if you're in the live chat, let me know. So let's see, where do we want to start up with this episode? I guess we'll start up with Lisa. So Lisa Barlow, Lisa, you are a little two faced, because so we see Lisa and Lisa is meeting up with Heather, right? So Lisa and Heather are down at a bar with each other, and they start talking. So Lisa is telling Heather how, oh, I missed you on the trip and all this kind of stuff, and how she didn't like being there without Heather, and how she felt bad. I was like, are you serious? This is a joke, right? Like, I really felt like somebody was playing a trick on me when it came to Lisa, because, ma'am, what? So then she's talking about the fact that she had the conversation with Bronwyn. And to sum things up in a nutshell, Lisa was putting 20 on 10 when it came to the things that Bronwyn was saying. When it comes down to Bronwyn, Bronwyn was defending her, telling you her side of the story and what happened. But then, like I said, you went and put 20 on 10 and made it more than what it was, right? So then Lisa is talking about the fact that, on the trip, that Todd came up to John telling them that they should go home. And I was like, girl, you are leaving out a whole lot of details with that one. You leaving out the fact that this all happened as a result of you calling Heather on the phone, and Bronwyn wasn't too happy about you calling Heather on the phone. And so you and her got into it. Todd said, if you can't, control yourself or be a civilized person on this damn trip, you can absolutely go home. Like, you clearly left that out. And I was like, girl, Lisa, you doing the most. You are absolutely doing the most. But like I said, Lisa just literally put 20 on 10. And it kind of got on my nerves, to be honest with you guys. But if you guys know, I'm not a Lisa Barlow fan. So that's that on that. But yeah, Lisa, girl, you left out, you omitted a lot of facts when it came to the reason that Todd asked you to leave. You omitted facts about what Bronwyn said. Yes, Bronwyn said that she cried, but Bronwyn was basically saying she cried when Heather left because she felt the way because she invited Heather over to her home to, try to make amends with Heather, but Heather wasn't on the same level as she was. But okay, Lisa, stir the pot if that's what you want to do, go for it. But be real about the situation. That's all I got to say. Be real about it. Be real about it. So let's go ahead and move on to the next person, and that is going to be Bronwyn. And let's find Bronwyn. Where is Bronwyn? All right, there's Bronwyn. So, Bronwyn. Now, you guys remember last week in the review that I talked about Bronwyn and Todd's relationship and the way that Todd talked to Bronwyn when they were, on the trip, especially when they were getting ready to leave. When she asked him, like, what would you do without me? And he didn't answer her. I was like, that silence was a little deafening. But, hey. So Bronwyn and Todd, they're sitting outside and they're talking about the trip. What I will say with Todd is, I don't know if you did your research and really looked into what Real Housewives of any franchise is. These women get together. They go to lunch, they have drinks, they do all this stuff. And in a mix of all that stuff, they typically argue and scream and cuss at each other, right? And that is exactly what happened with this trip. So I don't, like I said, when it comes to Todd, I don't know. Todd did his due diligence, did his research into what his wife has signed up for. But Todd's whole thing is he said he has never saw Bronwyn act the way that she was acting on that trip, screaming at Lisa. So Bronwyn asked him, like, was I actually screaming at Lisa? And I was like, Bronwyn, yeah, especially when you got up and told her, it's like, I got to be riding your dick. Yeah, your voice was a little raised and a little elevated, right? So he feels that Bronwyn ruined the afternoon and that that's not very becoming of her. And I'll say it again, Todd. I don't know if you've ever watched any Housewives City or like that, but that's the name of the game. That's what these ladies do. Like I said, they go out shopping, they get together for events, they get together for dinner, they scream at each other, they cuss at each other, and then it's going to be magnified once they get to the reunion. And speaking of the reunion, I did see that Andy tweeted out the other day for questions. So his team is getting ready for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's reunion. So I was like, oh, so the reunion is right around the corner. Like, this has been a really truly good season, you guys, and I'm not really ready for it to end, but all good things come to an end. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for Andy or the ladies, go over to his I don't even know if he's migrated over to the new thing, Blue Sky. But yeah, go give Andy your questions if you have any questions for the reunion, you guys. Now, back to Bronwyn. So, like I said a few minutes ago, with Todd, it's just like I don't know if you actually looked into what the housewives do, but this is typical housewives where, like I said, they go on vacation, they scream at each other, they do all this kind of stuff. So I don't know if Todd really looked into housewives, but okay. Hey, Penelope, how are you doing on this? What the hell is today? Thursday. The week has really flown by. Hope you're having a great day. So, yeah, Todd, like I said, I don't know if you didn't look into housewives, didn't Google the housewives, but this is typical housewives. This is typical housewives. What your wife is going through and doing, it's typical of the housewives that we know and love. You say it's happy Friday Eve. Yep, it's Friday Eve. And I'm looking forward to Friday. Whew. Even though I ain't got no plans for this weekend, I don't have no plans until next weekend, which is, oh, so I'm pretty sure Okay, so OC will be off next week, so I ain't got to worry about OC. I don't know how these shows gonna line up next week with the holidays. We'll see how they line up because I really hadn't even thought about that. Then I thought about it at my huddle at work today, but I didn't really think about it when it comes to the shows. But neither here nor there. So Bronwyn is basically telling Todd that yeah, this is what they do, and she was like, she doesn't know how to interact when it comes to this group. And he was like, well, just walk away and leave with your dignity. I was like, she can leave with her dignity, but if she wants to keep her job, she gonna leave with her dignity and cuss her heifer out. She gonna cuss them out, go off on them, but she can also leave with her dignity. I'll give you that. But if your wife wants to keep this income, this job, then she gonna have to get down in the mud with these ladies and let them have it every now and again and every blue moon. I mean, even Mary does it. Mary does it without even cussing people out. So if Mary can do it, Bronwyn can do it too. Now, speaking of Mary, you guys, we got a scene with Mary. Now, the episode actually opened with Mary. And when the episode opened up with Mary, it literally reminded me of season one. If you guys didn't watch season one of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, it was a gem. But season one of Salt Lake City, it reminded me of that episode where Mary was having a party that was Met Gala. When everybody was like, Mary does know that the Met Gala is a theme part, is the theme. It's well, not the thing. It's a gala at the Met, but it's a theme every year. So they were like, but I remember that first season with Walter and all that stuff with her and Jen Shaw getting into it with each other. Hilarious, right? So that's what this opening scene reminded me of. So Mary is going to be having another theme party, right? And it is going to be breakfast at Mary's, a play on Breakfast at Tiffany's, with Audrey Hepburn in it, right? So the theme, I guess, was for the ladies to come dressed as Audrey Hepburn. And some of the ladies, hit it out the park. Some of the other ladies, it was just like, girl, what in the hell is this outfit? And if you watch the episode, you know exactly which one I'm talking about. So the first person to arrive was Bronwyn. Bronwyn looked cute. So Bronwyn went and bought a bang. Now her bang that she bought, it was a good looking bang. It wasn't a terrible bang. So then after that, Meredith shows up. And my God, today that bang that Meredith had on, I was like, girl, what is that? That bang is hideous. Like it went through a wood chipper. Like that bang literally looked like it went through a wood chipper, right? So then I think after that, Lisa came and Mary was like, well, go figure. So Lisa came in the outfit that Mary wore to Watch What Happens Live. I don't know if it was last season. I think it might have been last season. And the outfit that Mary wore to Watch What Happens Live is I forgot who the designer was. It's Fendi. Lisa's like, well, I sat front row when they released that jumpsuit, right? And she was like, well, Mary may have gotten it off the rack at Bergdorf's. I was like, even if she got off the rack at Bergdorf's, yeah, you may have saw it first, but Mary purchased it first, not you. You bought it after Mary. So copycat, that's what I'm gonna call you. You trying to shade Mary, but it really wasn't shade towards Mary because Mary bought it first. You bought it after Mary. You didn't buy like you talking about you saw it on the rack, but you ain't I didn't hear you say you purchased it off the runway. I didn't hear you say you purchased it off the runway, Lisa Barlow. Ugh. Baby, if y'all don't watch the after show, which I don't either, I know on the after show, Bronwyn ate her up about that first class ticket last week. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So Heather came to this event, not in theme, but typical Heather. I was like, not a shock there, right? When she got there, she didn't speak to Bronwyn. She spoke to everybody else with the exception of Bronwyn. And also, when she got there, Actually, I'm like, she got there. When they all got there and they all sat down, I don't know who it was that noticed there was a place card for Brittany. And they were like, Mary, you invited Brittany? And she was like, yeah, I invited Brittany. She was like, I wanted Brittany to know that I'm not poor. I was like, you know what, Mary? I can't even sit here and say that I'm mad at you for saying that you just want to stunt on that girl. I'm not even mad at it. I'm cool with it. Stun on her all you want to. Stun on her. Just stun on her. So after that, we do see as Heather is thanking Mary, right? Heather is thanking Mary for inviting everybody in the group to her home, right? But taking a cheap passive aggressive dig at Bronwyn in the interim. I'm like, if you want to say something to Bronwyn, just say something to Bronwyn, like, oh, thank you, Mary, for inviting me. Unlike Bronwyn, who didn't invite me on the trip. Penelope says, I'm gonna catch the after show. I don't watch the show, just here to support. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that so much. But yeah, so she was like, I would have had a little bit more respect for Heather if she just addressed Bronwyn, but she didn't. She's being passive aggressive. So Brittany shows up late. If there is one thing that I can't, my one of my big pet peeves is being late. I can't stand a late person. Oh, I hate it more than any. Like I hate being late. I hate it. Like I try to plan everything to be on time wherever I need to be. Now, if something happens where I'm late, then that happens, but it's far and few between where it happens, right? So Brittany then brought up, so who all went on the trip? So was it? So it was you. It was all of you. So the only people that didn't go was me, Heather, and Mary. Well, Mary chose not to go, so don't worry about that. Heather could have went, but Heather didn't want to take accountability for anything when it comes to Bronwyn. So that's on Heather, right? So Bronwyn, not Bronwyn, but Brittany has an issue with that. And Lisa was like, but you've talked crap about Todd and and Bronwyn. So Bronwyn done went down a list of things that she said. So there were some things she said, yeah, I said that. I did say that. I didn't say that. I did say that. And most of the stuff that you're saying that you said, even the stuff that you're saying that you didn't say, it's all negative towards her marriage. So then Heather, down at the other end of the table, under her breath, mumbles, "Well, you don't have a prenup." And Braun was like, "Heather, girl, if you don't get off of that whole prenup situation, it's gonna be ugly, and you ain't gonna like it." I was like, "Oh, Braun, tear her up, just whack her for me, whack Heather in that strong ass jaw for me." So after that, Bronwyn is telling Heather that, I actually did want you to come on the trip with us. She said, I actually booked you a first class ticket back home. And so Heather is asking her, well, how did you book me a first class ticket? You don't even like where'd you get my information from? And she said, I asked someone. And so Heather's like, well, none of the girls here know my birthday because I've lied to all of them about my birthday. I was like, girl, that's more telling of you than it is towards the women. That just proves that you faking, you phony. If you sitting here lying to the women about your birthday, like I get people now, I get that there are people out there who lie about the year that they were born in. That's one thing to lie about the year that you're born in, but to lie about your birthday in general, very interesting and very weird to me. It's like super weird. But okay, Heather, if that's what you want to do, girlfriend, you know, do what you want to do. I think it's ridiculously dumb and stupid, but okay. Not that I really cared, right? Not that I really 100% cared when it came to Heather, right? So Lisa asked Bronwyn, why did you book yourself a first class, you and your husband, a first class ticket? And Bronwyn said, because it was my goddamn credit card. I was like, I know that's right, Bronwyn. I know that's right. Let her know. Girl, it was my credit card. I did what I wanted to do. She said, you could have easily upgraded your seat if you wanted to. which is the truth. And so Lisa is saying that the only reason why she had an issue about the ticket is because Angie brought it up. Now, Angie, girl, you did bring up that ticket last week, and I didn't say nothing about it, but you did bring it up. And you brought it up, but you let it go. And it was Lisa that kept harping on it. And it was like, girl, if you don't let go of that, let it go. Book either ask to upgrade or look for another flight. Do something. But stop complaining. Like that was really getting on my last nerves with Lisa last week, right? So Heather and Braun, when they're still talking, the goalpost with Heather always moves when it comes to Braun. And I don't, I just don't know what her issue is with Braun. It just seems kind of trivial, stupid, dumb, whatever you want to call it, right? But eventually, those two came to the conclusion that, they will be able to move forward with each other. We'll see how long this lasts. So then after that, Angie chimes in and she wants to address Meredith. I was like, oh my God. No, Angie, please don't do this. So Angie decides that she wants to talk to Meredith about the whole Sean thing. I was like, oh my God, Angie, girl, like Elsa said, let it go. She said, nope, I'm not letting it go. I said, I wish you would, but she won't let it go. And I just don't get it. I truly, honestly don't get why she wouldn't let it go. So Meredith was like, Angie, please don't go there. Because she was like, if she's like, I don't want to go there, but if we do go there, it won't be pretty for anybody. Now, y'all know Angie is not my favorite person, right? But I actually did agree with Angie when she asked her, Meredith, was that a threat? And Meredith was like, no, it's not a threat. I was like, well, Meredith, it really did sound like a little bit of a idle threat, I would say, but it definitely sounded like a threat. Like telling her not to go there. That sounded like a threat, beloved. But if you say it wasn't a threat, then I'm gonna choose to believe you in this particular moment, right? So Angie is still going, and she's talking about how the LGBT community reached out to she and Sean, and how they didn't like the whole thing of last season about, do you want me to bring up the rumors about your husband? But here's the thing: nobody would have known what the rumors were if it wasn't for Whitney and Monica. Whitney brought it up to Angie that Monica knew something. Monica then said what she's heard. But Meredith never said anything about your husband being gay. That came out of Monica's mouth because Whitney played puppet master with that. And it's so interesting. You don't have no issues with Whitney, but Whitney was the one that was the one that brought this stuff to the light. So then Meredith got upset, and Meredith decided to play the recording, the Velvet Rope podcast interview that Sean had did, right? And so she had the phone in her hand, and she was holding it up, and it was facing Whitney. So Whitney got the phone, took the phone out of Meredith's hand, and she was turning it down, but she lied and said she was trying to turn it up. I was like, Whitney, you clearly was turning that down. And so she was like, well, Meredith, you put it in my face. And so Meredith said, get eaten. So Meredith got up and grabbed her phone from Whitney. So then Meredith and Angie are now going back and forth with each other, screaming at each other, cussing at each other. And so Mary stood up and was like, Angie, stop. Meredith, stop. And she was trying to get both of them to stop. And then she just got to the point where she said, if you guys won't listen to what I'm saying, you can leave. And so Meredith just heard, you can leave. And Meredith got up and she was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave, Mary. She was like, you told me, you asked me to leave. And Meredith's like, I did not ask you to leave. And Meredith, she did not ask you to leave. Like, please, let's not do that. Mary said, if you guys are not going to listen to her, then you can leave her home. And I got what she's saying. If you guys are not going to respect me asking you to be quiet, then please do me a favor and leave my home. But she never said verbatim, get out of my house. So Meredith, you did the most for no reason, beloved. It did the most. And she left. Talking about, Mary, I'm really hurt that you asked me to leave. I was like, again, Meredith, she didn't ask you to leave. That was your choice to leave. Like, she didn't say leave. And then, I guess now Meredith feels away thinking that Angie and Mary talk about her. I was like, girl, you are doing a whole lot. Mary was like, thank God her and them bangs left. And that is where the episode ended, you guys. Episode 10 was a good episode. When I tell you guys that lunch was so funny to me, I laughed so much just listening to it. But yeah, you guys, please let me know what you guys thought about the episode down in the comment section below. Please subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe out there, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.